Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So 12th chapter is about Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So Bhakti Yoga is the highest of all the yogic system. Like if you have Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is the highest. So why do we say Bhakti Yoga is the highest? Is there any reason? Yes.
Because Bhakti Yoga will lead us to Goloka, Mataji. Not
Okay, very good. Bhakti Yoga will lead us to go to Goloka. And what is the benefit of going to Goloka?
We will never come back again.
Yeah,
Krishna is there.
No more coming back. Okay, so that is one thing. Then, what are the other reason why Bhakti Yoga is the highest?
Krishna Prema.
It
He's there.
gives us Krishna Prema. So more than liberation is Krishna Prema. Okay. Then
We can do service
we
directly.
can do devotional service in Goloka. Okay. Any other reason in Bhakti Yoga? What will happen if you fail in Bhakti Yoga in one life?
We have to come back again.
human.
Bhakti Yoga.
We will get human form of life in devotees.
Yeah, and you continue from where you stopped. Okay. So that means it's never lost. Neha Bikramana Sasti Pratyavayana Vidyade. Swalpam Abhyasa Dharmasya Trayade Mahado Bhayad. Yeah, we can carry it on the next slide. Okay. Then in Bhakti Yoga, how is the success rate in Bhakti Yoga? In the sense, when compared to other yoga system, how easy is Bhakti Yoga? It's compared to what?
Chanting of Harinam.
Okay.
Get it?
Doing tapasya for many years, they cannot get the benefit of doing simply by Bhakti Yoga, remembering Krishna and serving
So
Lord.
what analogy we can give Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga or all the other yoga system and Bhakti Yoga? What is the analogy about the quickness of
Mataji, in Bhakti Yoga,
Tell.
we cannot say when we will get Bhagavad Darshan, but in Bhakti Yoga, we can say depends upon our devotion towards the Lord.
So it's compared to a lift or escalator where it takes us just by pressing one button of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, you can reach the topmost of the floor. Okay, in the Bhakti Yoga ladder. But other yoga system is like climbing stairs. Like you have steps, you have to climb the steps and go. Lot of energy and time is wasted. So you may not be able to reach the destination in one life. But in Bhakti Yoga, in one life, you can go back to Godhead. Katwanga Maharaj, how long it took him to go back to Krishna? Katwanga?
Fraction of second? No.
Katwanga. Anyone knows? How long it took him? Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. So he fought against the demons for the demigods. So he went to heavenly planets and fought. Okay. And then he won. And then when he was about to come down, the demigods asked what boon he want. So but Katwanga Maharaj said, I don't want anything. Just let me know how many years I have my lifespan. Like how many years I live, more I will live. So the demigods are like, we are sorry to say you live only 1 more minute. That's it. That's the end of your life. And Katwanga Maharaj immediately left heaven and came to the earthly planet and started chanting the holy name and concentrated his mind completely on Krishna. Save Mana Krishna Padara Vidyo, and went back to Godhead in 1 minute. So Prabhupada says it's just take 1 minute to surrender to Krishna to go back. So Bhakti Yoga is the highest because it gives the Bhagavan realization, the highest. Vadanti tat tattva vidastatvam yajnanam atyayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi shabdate. Okay. And yes, as Mother said, in Sayuja Mukti or merging into the Brahmada Jyoti, there's always chance of falling down. But when you do Bhakti Yoga, there is, even if there is a fall down in the sense, in case we cannot be 100% Krishna conscious or become Uttama Adhikaris and go back, we are still in Kanishta, Madhyama. Still, there's no loss. We can start from where we stopped, because you can see children born in Vaishnava family. They from within the womb itself, they start hearing Harinam. They take Krishna Prasadam. They are born in such Vaishnava family. Means what? The proof. What is the proof? they have done bhakti in previous life. That's why they get a chance from small age. They are able to do bhakti. So it's natural. It's obvious. So for us, there is no. We don't have to be desperate, or we don't have to feel bad that I came to Krishna consciousness very late in our life. No, it's just one life. This is just one life. We have to take so many. There are so many janmas waiting for us, and we have to do bhakti. But whatever we did this life, it's not going to last. It's like permanent bank balance. So Shuchinam Srimadam Gehe. Next life is very, very hopeful for a Krishna conscious person. Either he go back home, back to Godhead, because there is something called Kripa Siddhas. Not Sadhana Siddhas, Kripa Siddhas. We don't know. Krishna might give us mercy and to take us back home, back to Godhead this life. Or we'll be born in a devotee family where from very childhood itself, Kaumara Acharit Pratnya, we can start devotional service. Devotional service is very, very pure, and it connects directly to Bhagavan, feature of the Lord, which is the highest. And no more coming back to after going back to Godhead. So first 7 slokas is about personals versus impersonalists, that is the Mayavadis and devotees, and supremacy of Krishna Bhakti is explained. 8 to 12 is the progressive levels of Bhakti, and Krishna gives us options. If you can't do Ananya Bhakti, do Sadhana Bhakti. If you can't do Sadhana Bhakti, then work for Krishna or Nishkama Karma, and so many options Krishna gives. 13 to 20 is the qualities that endeavor one dear to Krishna. So only 20 slokas. So we know the connection between chapter 11 and 12 is, in the 11th chapter, the last sloka, 55th sloka, Krishna says 5 things we are supposed to do. What are the 5 things? Mat karma krit, work for Krishna. Then mat paramo, mat bhakto, sangavarjita, nirvaira sarva bhudeshu yasapmame dipandava. Mat karma krit, work for Krishna. Mat bhakto, become Krishna's devotee. And sangavarjita, give up non-devotee association. Then mat paramo, make Krishna is the goal. Yasapmame dipanda, you can go back to Krishna. So this is Bhakti Yoga, the introduction to Bhakti Yoga. There's a link between chapter 11 and 12. So in devotional service, chapter 12, Arjuna asked this question. Arjuna uvaja evam sadada yukta ye bhaktasvam paryupasati ye chapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. So Arjuna inquired, which is considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? So he's asking this question. Who is the greatest Krishna? Is a Bhakta or an impersonalist? So what is the answer?
Bhakta.
Yeah, those who are doing devotional service. So worship of the impersonal is less perfect, and you have to undergo more difficulty. Klesho adhikatarastesham avyakta sakta chedasa. Krishna only will reply saying that, Arjuna, it's very difficult, that path. Why? Because there's no way one life you can reach samadhi on Ashtanga Yoga. No, you have to do so many lives tapasya to reach there, and it's very, very difficult to get these siddhis. And the path of devotion is very, very easy. Susukam kartum avyayam. It's not only easy to follow, but Krishna personally takes charge of delivering his devotee. Okay, what is that sloka? Rajavidya Rajaruhyam Pavitram Midamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartam. Very easily performed. When a child can jump in the kirtan or can take Krishna Prasadam, can hear the Harinam. So that means what? Even children can do devotional service or bhakti. May not be seriously doing, but anybody can practice. It's very easy to follow. But bhakti is easy to do. At the same time, it's difficult. It's contradictory, no? Why do we say bhakti is easy? Okay, anybody can do. Why you say bhakti is difficult?
This is because of our conditioned state, because we are in this material world.
Conditioned state? No, but it's easy to perform bhakti, no? In what way bhakti is difficult? That's my question.
We don't want to do it.
No, so that is others, those who don't want to. But for devotees, bhakti is difficult. I mean, initially when you come to Krishna consciousness, you feel bhakti is very easy. But how many of you can do, is doing Shuddhanam? Are we doing Namaparad or Namapas? Are we doing Shuddhanam? Are we able to concentrate
No,
on
Mata.
Mahamantra when you sit? Are you able to sit in one place, close your eyes and do your 16 rounds at a stretch? No. So to get
No.
Krishna Prema, to get purification, to overcome all the anarthas, it is very difficult. No? As you go dive into the bhakti, you know. Yeah, it's because of the offenses, the 10 offenses we do. there's a Vaishnava aparat, whatever aparat, small things. As initially, I was also feeling it's so easy, to do bhakti and go back. But as you go deep, understand the nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, and go deep and deep, and you feel like, what am I doing? I'm not doing bhakti only. It's like I'm not even qualified to call myself a devotee. I'm not even a Kanishta Adhikari. I'm lower than that, lower than the worm in the stool. That's what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had said. Jagai Madai se mui se papist. He says I'm more sinful than Jagai Madai. So, but initially you feel like, oh, you're the top of the world, everything in ISKCON and things like that, know everything about Krishna. But as you go deep and deep, you feel like, I don't know anything about Krishna. I'm nowhere. And to get Krishna prema, it's very, very difficult. That way, bhakti is very difficult. But otherwise, bhakti is definitely, but it gives us that happiness. And we have that hope that one day Krishna will definitely accept me. Not in this life, some other life. So, but we have hope that whatever I do this life, it's not a loss. Okay, so practical application is bhakti is safest and the sure path for self-realization. It is sure. Prabhupada says, anyone chant Hare Krishna definitely will get a human form, not less than that. And in that human form, it definitely had to be a devotee family. So this Pitru Paksha and all got over Amavasi. So that time we were like telling all the devotees, just chant for your ancestors. Definitely they pray that they all become devotees next life. Just because you are chanting in your whole family, the whole generations, so many 21 generations as Prahlad Maharaj got, that's for pure devotees. But at least a sincerity, Krishna will see, they all will get a chance to become devotees just because of your chanting. So here he's asking this question, who is better, personalist or an impersonalist? And as Madhu said, impersonalists, definitely they fall down. Why does a person who merge in Brahmajyoti fall down? Why is he falling down to earth? Why does he fall down?
Mataji, because they cannot do any other service to the Lord, Mataji.
Yeah, there is no Sevananda, there is only Brahmananda there. In Brahmajyoti, there is no service. If there is no service, you can't stay there. Okay, so there is Brahmananda, means you get that happiness in Brahmajyoti, but you don't get Sevananda. There's no service. If there is no service, how bad you'll feel. In the sense, you come to temple and just sit, no service, you feel like, or you're not chanting, you're not doing any devotional services, hearing or Shravanam, Kirtanam and all. It's so boring, Brahma. And what you'll do in Darshanarati, now the Shayanarati got over. That's why I was a little late. Like, and we all were staring at, did you all see Radharani's hand? What was in Radharani's hand? Radha Govinda? No? On her right?
First,
No. There was something else. No one saw?
lotus.
There's two parrots in her hand, Shuka and Shari. So that was personally done by a devotee with wools. So it was so beautiful. So Shainar the time, all the lights off. It's only dim light on Radha Govinda. So beautiful. Radha Krishna Pranamore song is sung. And everyone was just staring. We couldn't even take eyes of Radha Govinda. So beautiful they look. Just keep staring. In Brahmajyoti, how much you'll stare at one light? That Brahmajyoti is there. How much you can stare in one light? You get bored. But you see a person that is Krishna, Govinda, Madi Purusham, just look at him. So beautiful he is. So this is very important that a personalist is better, because Brahmedi Paramatmedi Bhagavanedi Shabdade. Bhagavad itself says that Bhagavan is the highest feature. And those who worship the Supreme Lord directly by devotional service, okay, the personalists, they worship Krishna, and impersonalists, they worship impersonal Brahman. And Bhakti Yoga devotional service is highest. And it's the most direct and easiest means to attain Krishna or to associate with Krishna. And Krishna has also emphasized attachment to his personal form. You remember in the universal form, Krishna showed the universal form, then he came to 400 form, and finally he came to the 200 Shyam Sundar form and said, this is the form. Manmana Bhavamat Bhakto, when he says, meditate on my form. Which form? Personal form. Krishna himself says, he is a person. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham. He's a Purushan, he's a person. See, Brahmajyoti, you can't have exchange of rasa. Can you exchange rasa with the lights? No, there should be a person to reciprocate. But you can have Valsala Ras, Madhurya Ras, Sakya, any rasa with Krishna, because he's person, he's Akila Rasamrita Murti. Okay, so Bhakti Yoga is the best of all the yogis. Yoginam abhi sarvesham adgadenandaratmanam shraddhavan bhajade yoma same yukta tamo madaha shraddhavan bhajade. Okay, Yoginam abhi sarvesham. Krishna says out of all the yogis, bhajata, somebody who's doing bhajan or bhakti is the highest. Okay, so then, so that's why the answer is also given here itself in the first purport by Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so Arjuna is clarifying his position because he is attached to the personal form of Krishna. He is not attached to the impersonal form. So Arjuna understanding this process, like what should we do? Okay, and then Bhagavan Krishna gives the reply there that which is the best process. Shri Bhagavanuvaja Mai Aveshya Mano Ye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetaste Me Yukta Tamamataha. The Supreme Personality God said, those who fix their mind on my personal form and are always engaged in worshiping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be the most perfect. Those who fix the mind on personal form. Okay, so once there was a person who got this Radha Krishna deities and he kept on his altar. And every day he shows agarbatti. That's it. And he do all worship. But he had some desire and Krishna was not fulfilling that desire. And he felt like, what? So much I am doing service. Krishna is not fulfilling my material desires. See, if Krishna is not fulfilling your material desire, that means that is not good for you. Or Krishna had a better plan for you. That's it. Okay. If your plan is not working, that means it's Krishna's plan going to work. So we should be happy. But this person took Radha Krishna deities and kept inside the shelf and locked. And he had all the demigods, Devi, Kali, all the demigods, and he started worshipping them. And they fulfilled his desire like anything fast. Now Durga Puja, everybody is running, but they are not asking for Krishna Bhakti from Devi. From when you are goddess of fortune or Lakshmi, whoever it is, that is all Krishna's energy, no? Narayan's energy, that is Krishna's energy, Radharani's expansion. She can give you Krishna Prema very easily. So instead of material things, we should ask for Krishna Bhakti more and more for them, from them. So more services. So what he did, he locked them. And his wife was like, why are you doing this? Don't lock them inside the shelf. At least keep them side. And she went and opened the shelf. So when she saw in the shelf, there was cotton pieces on the nostrils of Radha and Krishna. And she was shocked. Does anyone know why he kept it? It was
Because
cotton.
the agarbatti
Agarbatti
smell was
smell.
you're not giving what I want, but still you are taking the smell of what I have put. Agarbatti smell.
Yeah, he's like, why are they are not fulfilling my desire? Why should they take the smell of my agarbatti? So I'm putting cotton on the nose of Radha and Krishna. And then the wife realized, so that means he have that strong faith that is Krishna only. Otherwise, why if he think it's just a idol, they're just statues, why he has to keep cotton on the nose? So he realized it that they are the Lord themselves, or they are original, or they are the deities, the Archa Vigraha, the form of the Lord. So he has kept that cotton. That means he had that strong faith in them. So that faith, like, we should not think it's just a stone made up of marbles or anything. No, it's a prana pradishta is done. They've been worshipped. They've been in the order of worship. It's all done. Narad Pancharatri or Bhagavad, all the Viti is been done, and they are there, they are invoked there through mantras, and they are there personally there. Because we can see Krishna, who is Sachidananda, he had come in that particular form, like a post box, no? The mail box. So like that. So whatever service we do to the deities, it directly goes to them. So Krishna says, fix your mind on his personal form. Okay, so we have to worship Krishna. That's why we should have, that's why these paintings in ISKCON and are so beautiful, no? Because Prabhupada has personally told Jadurani Mataji and so many other devotees to personally paint Krishna so beautifully, so that devotees can have that particular form of Krishna. And His Holiness, that Gaur Govinda Maharaj says, Krishna is very crooked, very crooked person, bent in 3 places, very crooked. So that's a beautiful form of Krishna, Tribhanga Lalita. So we have to have sometimes our devotee is completely engaged, like he chants, he hears, reads about Krishna, cook prasadam for Krishna, washes the vessel, whatever. The single moment is not passed without doing any activities to Krishna. In the sense, he don't waste any time. That's called abhyartha kalatvam. A pure devotee doesn't waste his time. He is always thinking about the Lord and always doing service. Yeto aksharam anirdesham avyaktam paryupasade sarvatragam achintyam cha kutastam achalam dhruvam sanniyamendriyagramam sarvatra samabuddhayaha te prapnuvanti mam eva sarvabhuta te rataha. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of absolute truth by controlling the various senses are being equally disposed to everyone. Such persons engage in the welfare of all are last achieve Krishna. So it's saying what? The impersonal conception. Somebody who worship the impersonal form of the Lord, they cannot reach the destination because they are worshipping, they're not having perfect realization. They're not having perfect realization because they're realizing just the Brahman. And what is this Brahmachoti? Where is it coming from?
From the body of
Krishna. Like when the gopis asked Yashoda Maya, why are we putting a lot of jewels on Krishna? Because of the jewels, the shining, Krishna is able to see the butter pots hang. Even if there is darkness in the room, Krishna's jewels can make it shine because the sunlight falls on the jewels. So remove all the jewels and send him. So next day, she removed all the jewels and sent Krishna. Still, there was so much brightness in that room because the effulgence coming from Krishna's body. Brahmano hi pradishta aham. Brahman, the Brahman is coming from Krishna's energy, or Krishna, the light is coming from Krishna. So there is sunlight. It might be a cloudy day or it's a rainy day. You cannot see the sun, but you can see sunlight because you can see people. There's no electricity, but still you can see things, everything. That is sunlight. But you can't see the sun because clouds are covering your vision. Does that mean the sun is not there? No. So there is the Brahmachoti, that effulgence. But if you say there is no source behind it, that's stupidness. Because of Yogamaya, Krishna is covering, but that doesn't mean the Lord is not there. But the impersonal Brahman, they had to see sensual activities, they have to control the senses, and so much of penances they have to do, which is very, very difficult, especially in Kali Yuga. So it's a troublesome path for impersonalists at this Klesho Atikatharastesha. Krishna says in the 5th chapter, 5th sloka, Klesho Atikatharastesha Mapyakta Sakta Chetasam Avyakta Hikadir Dukham Devo Bhavadi Avyapyate. By those whose mind are attached to unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Okay. So what is it said? It's very difficult for them, and advancement is difficult. Klesho adhikatarastesha. Klesha. It's trouble for them. Because for them, they have to take a lot of janmas, they have to do meditation, and it's just the Prayana Alpayusas of Kali Yuga, the lifespan is going on decreasing. But for a devotee, it's very, very easy. Bhakti Yoga is a process of being direct service to the Supreme, and it's easier and it's natural for the soul. But worshipping the Supreme form in the form is important. So that is called Archa Vigraha. So why is Archa Vigraha important? What is the analogy Prabhupada mentions in the purport? Just now I discussed about that analogy. Just check second paragraph, 12.5 sloka. What is the analogy? Yes, anybody can say? Analogy for Archa Vigraha, very important Bhakti Shastri question. Anybody got? You put in the chat also. What is the analogy? I want someone to open the book and see, at least in database. Yes, what is the analogy mentioned?
Is it post office one month?
It is the
Post office.
Yeah, post box. Very good. So if you see a post box on the street, which is red color, which is government recognized, and you put a letter in that post box, which means nice address and stamp and everything. Will it go to the destination? Yes, it will definitely go. But these kids, when they play, they make a cardboard post box, Indian Post or something. And then if you put a letter in that box, will that go? No. Because the other post box, the mailbox is recognized. And similarly here, so we might find mailbox on the street, and if we post letters in these boxes, they will naturally go to the destination. But any old box or imitation box will not be authorized and will not work. Similarly, God has authorized representation in deity form, which is called Archa Vigraha. The Archa Vigraha is what? The incarnation of Krishna. He will accept services through that form. The Lord is omnipotent, all powerful, and therefore his incarnation as Archa Vigraha accepts services from the devotee. Now, Laddu Gopal, so many of you have Laddu Gopal. Just imagine Krishna has come in that small Laddu Gopal form where you can put him in the box and carry wherever you want. He is so small. Krishna is the supreme. He can't be so small, but still he has agreed to come in that particular small form. Anyone know the story of a grandmother having a Laddu Gopal and it fell down? And she called a doctor. No?
No, Mata.
She had a Laddu Gopal and she was serving it like with life and soul and with Valsalya Ras. It was a baby form. So in the sense, Laddu Gopal, she accepted him as her son. So she became old, elderly, and the Laddu Gopal was like she could not carry it anymore, take care of it, and give abhisheka and clean and change the dress and ornaments and all. So she gave it to her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law was not so careful in handling. So one day, Laddu Gopal fell from her hand on the floor. So normally what we say that, okay, nothing happens. It's made up of brass and she kept it back and everything. But the mother-in-law was so tense. She could not sleep. She's like, you have to call a doctor because my Laddu Gopal fell down. So the son and everyone in the whole family was like, what is wrong with my mother? So he had a close friend. He called that doctor and said, please come and just act as if you are checking Laddu Gopal and just convince my mother. It's just functional. Like she thinks she's having some psychological problem. Just come. So the doctor came and then started checking and everything. And it's like, no, nothing is wrong. Laddu Gopal is fine. Nothing wrong in with your Gopal. Then she's like, what kind of doctor you are? You don't even put a stethoscope on my Laddu Gopal and you say he's fine. Put a stethoscope and see. So the doctor took the stethoscope and put it on the chest part of Laddu Gopal. And he got a shock of his life. He just paid obeisances, dandavats to the mother and left with tears in his eyes. He could actually hear a heartbeat from the Laddu Gopal. And then the whole family was like, we thought the mother is crazy, but now we understand that because her power was like that Krishna reciprocates. How you approach Krishna, you see Krishna as a stone, he'll remain a stone for you. But if you see Krishna as Swayam Bhagavan standing there, he will start reciprocating. So the Valsalya rest the mother had, Krishna was reciprocating. So the whole family realized the mother was really a pure devotee. So the Archa Vigraha is not just a statue. You know, many stories of Udupi Krishna, how he turned for Kanakadas and broke the wall to give him darshan. Or you make
Sakshi Gopal.
Sakshi Gopal, where the Gopal walked to give witness. So there's so many instances where we can see Pradima nahi tumi Sakshal Brajendra Nandan. He's not just Pratima, just a statue. He's Sakshal Brajendra Nandan. He's Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. So this Archa Vigraha is very important. And whatever service we give to Archa Vigraha, it reaches the Supreme Lord. But it's how we realize, how we take it. So that's why Prabhupada made it very particular. Prabhupada could even talk to the deities. When he went in one temple and the Tamal Krishna Maharaj could actually see Prabhupada conversing with the deities. Like Prabhupada asked, are you all okay? Are they feeding you on proper time? And then in one temple, the Rajbhog, 18 items were cut short because of fund problem. You know, many temples don't have much funding. So they had to cut short the Rajbhog offering. And the deities, when Prabhupada just went and saw the Prabhupada's like, why are the deities so slim? The deities have lost weight. And all the pujaris and the president was like, no, Prabhupada, we are all taking care of them nicely. Prabhupada's like, don't lie. Deities told me that you're not giving full Rajbhoga. And the president is like, yes, Prabhupada, because of funding and funds. Prabhupada said, Krishna will send funds, give proper this thing. So prasada, bhoga to the Lord. So he can personally communicate in the sense he's been such a pure devotee. He could. So the rasa or the bhava with the Archa Vigraha is so great, so high. Okay, so comparison of personals and impersonal is that The impersonalists or Brahmavadis, the Mayavadis, they meditate on the formless. So how long we can keep meditating? But the personalists, they have this beautiful form or deity form. It's very easy to be embodied. And impersonalists, they unmanifested in beyond senses. And the personalists, the senses are perceived by the deity, and therefore worshippers engage the senses in Krishna service. Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevana Bhakti Ruchare. And Brahman can be understood through Upanishads. We have to learn Sanskrit and all that. But Krishna can be understood through Bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanadi, through devotional service, simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, or through the guidance of the spiritual master, paying obeisances, hearing the glories of the Lord, eating Krishna prasad. It's such anandam buddhivartanam. It's happiness in every step. And impersonalists, long practice make it difficult to take up bhakti. Personalists, they're completely natural. Impersonalists are troublesome. There is no relationship with the Lord. But personalists, the miseries are mitigated by relationship with Krishna. And impersonalism depends on our own endeavor. But personalists, Krishna delivers devotee from Maya. And Brahmavadis, they think the Lord is nirguna, without qualities, but he is without material qualities. And Bhagavan realization is saguna, because there is form and qualities. And the Brahman is inconceivable, Bhagavan realization, because Krishna has inconceivable potency. Brahman is all pervading, yes, Bhagavan, because it's part of Krishna. Brahman is only Sat part of Krishna, and Satchitananda is Bhagavan. Okay. And we cannot perceive any opulence because of lack of activity. There is no service in Brahmajyoti. And Krishna possesses all the 6 opulences in full. Success is guaranteed. Nothing is lost. And we can realize the Satchit Ananda part. And when you realize Bhagavan, both Brahman and Paramatma is already realized. Like if you have 1,000 rupees, you already have 50, you already have 100, you already have 500, no? So similarly, you realize Bhagavan, you already realize Brahman and Paramatma feature of the Lord. So bhakti is simple, but there are different ways Krishna gives you different categories of doing bhakti. Okay. Deshamaham samuddhata mrityu samsara sagara bhavamina chiratpata mahi aveshita sadam. So Krishna says those who worship Krishna, giving up all other activities and being devoted to Krishna without deviation, engage in devotional service and always meditate on Krishna. Having fixed their mind on Krishna, or son of Radha, for them, he is a swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So Krishna will take them. Mrityu samsara sagarna. So he will take us from, like you can see, when somebody is drowning, the helicopter comes and picks that person, he can be saved. Similarly, when we are drowning in the ocean of birth and death, Krishna comes on the Garuda and then takes us back. So responsibility is taken by the Lord himself through the spiritual master. The spiritual master sees that once you've taken initiation, the spiritual master see that how many janmas you take, you go back to Godhead. So spiritual master inspires us. So Ananya Bhaktas. Ananya Bhakta means you have to do devotional service like completely dependent on Krishna. So the example, the analogy Prabhupada mentions in the 7th purport is a child. The child is completely cared by the parents, and thus his position is secure. No, similarly, a devotee does not need to endeavor to transfer himself by yoga practice to other planets. Rather, the Supreme Lord, by his great mercy, comes at once riding on his bird carrier Garuda, and at once delivers the devotee from material existence. Although a man who has fallen into the ocean may struggle very hard by his expert swimming, he cannot save himself. But if somebody comes and picks him up from the water, he is easily rescued. Similarly, the Lord picks up a devotee from the material existence. So 2 analogies. One is a child completely being dependent on the parents. Second, a man fallen in the ocean. Okay, like how Krishna comes and delivers. So Prabhupada says simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, a devotee of the Lord can approach the supreme destination easily and happily. So it's very, very important that we surrender to Krishna. So in the purport, Prabhupada says, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, a devotee can approach the supreme destination easily and happily. But other processes, we cannot go there. Okay. So if we cannot remember Krishna at the time of death, then what will happen?
Krishna will remember us.
Krishna will remember us. Aham smarami mat bhakta, Krishna says. If I am not able to, if devotee is not able to remember Krishna, Krishna remembers devotee. Because for each and every service we do to Krishna, Krishna is very, very grateful to that devotee. So we have to fix our mind on Krishna. Mai eva mana atasva mai buddhim niveshashri mai eva ada urtvam na samshaya. Just fix your mind completely on Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, and engage your intelligence in Krishna. You can live with Krishna without doubt. Okay, so here, yeah, 8 to 12. Okay, this has to be taken together. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 8. It's the progressive level of bhakti is mentioned. You can just see the chart here. The topmost stage is fixing your mind in Krishna. So 12.8 is about Ananya Bhakti. Okay. Ananya Bhakti means completely fixing your mind on Krishna and living in a relationship with Krishna. That's the topmost stage. So Krishna first says that. Then Krishna says, if you can't do Ananya Bhakti, do Sadhana Bhakti. Follow the regulative principles of Sadhana Bhakti and develop the desire to attain Krishna. That's what we all are doing, Sadhana Bhakti. Because Ananya Bhakti, it's a high class for Uttamadhikaris. But for sadhaka, sadhana bhakti, like we are following the regulative principles, we are developing a desire to attain Krishna. Okay, that can be done. Krishna says, if you can't do that, then work for Krishna. Then you will come to the stage of devotion. So you can't do that, then renunciation, cultivation of knowledge, and meditation, which will help us in purification and gradual elevation. So that's a lower stage, indirect method. So these are the progressive stage of devotion. Okay, 12.8, Krishna says, just fix your mind in Krishna and put your intelligence in Krishna and completely live in Krishna. That's what 12.8 he says. That is fixing your mind only on Krishna and remembering Krishna. And devotee become Krishnatized or Krishnaized. Okay, he's engaged in devotional services in direct relationship with Krishna. A devotee is not living in material plane. Like if you heat an iron rod for a long time, what will happen to the iron rod? Keep it in fire.
Some iron, it's like
What it
fire
will
it will
become
become.
fire. No, it will become red hot. It become red hot and behaves like a fire. It doesn't behave like an iron rod anymore. Similarly, a devotee who's in a pure stage, Uttamadhikari, goes on chanting the holy name, goes on hearing about Krishna and realizing Krishna. He's 24 hours always associated with Krishna. He also becomes spiritualized. That's why we say their body is also spiritual and they are not buried or burnt. They are actually put into samadhi. They preserve the body. In the sense, whose body is preserved even now? Rangnath Swami? Raman, who is that? In Rangnath Swami Mandir?
Ramanujacharya.
Ramanujaryas. Yeah, Ramanujaryas. So that body is still preserved. Just imagine, it's spiritual, it's not material. If the body is made up of earth, water, fire, and ether, definitely it would have perished by now. But for so many years, and I heard they're not, some are saying they add preservative. No, it's not easy to add like that. They just put healthy or something, that photos are available. It's still, that body is spiritualized. The whole body gets spiritualized because they're completely associating with Krishna. Like we also chant the holy name. Prabhupada also chanted the same holy name. Our Guru Maharaj are also chanting the same holy name. But the holy name, the benefit which they get, we are not getting because we are chanting with Nama Aparad. We are chanting Shuddhana. So that's the difference. But this holy name is the same for everyone. All of us are chanting the same holy name. But the way we chant, the way we perceive it, or way we realize it, the way the attentive chanting we do, or the the aparad or the offenses we do, which makes us not close to the Nama Prabhu. But they have that realization. So Krishna says, completely fix your mind in Krishna and completely think about Krishna 24 hours. That's called Ananya Bhakti. Now, if you can't do Ananya Bhakti, 2.9 he says, you do Sadhana Bhakti. Ata chittam samadhatum nasangnoshima stiram abhyasa yogena tadomaham ichchaptum dhananjaya. My dear Arjuna, winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without devotion, then follow the regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga and have a desire to attain Krishna. So he says, if you can't do Ananya Bhakti, then do Sadhana Bhakti. Yes, Minal Mataji. If you see a raised hand, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mata. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, just wanted to know. So Samadhi means they are not smashan fire nahi dete hain, Mataji. Just live there.
No, their soul have left the body, but the body will be preserved. Like that, they put into samadhi. Like you say, pushpa samadhi means they put some rock salt and so many other things before the body is been put under the ground. But then they have this flowers and so many other things and the body doesn't decay because the body is not material anymore. Like that.
So
That's called
Prabhupada
samadhi.
also is in Samadhi only, no?
Yeah, Prabhupada samadhi is in Mayapur and pushpa samadhi is in Vrindavan. No,
Okay.
real samadhi is in Vrindavan, Pushpa samadhi is in Mayapur. So when we enter the Krishna Balram temple, the first one we see is Prabhupada samadhi, right? So beneath that, that's a murti above, and beneath that is the samadhi done. So it's very, very, and Prabhupada wanted that, the samadhi. Everyone was asking, why is the samadhi in front before entering the temple? Because Prabhupada wanted that samadhi there because that land was in problem. And Prabhupada says, if you put my samadhi there, and when the road comes, the government will not ask you to break the samadhi. So we'll get that land and the temple will be preserved. So Prabhupada had a long vision. Prabhupada said that you put my samadhi in front of Krishna Balram temple so that ISKCON have that property also. And when the road comes, it will not be taken away. So we have a long way to walk to Radha Shyam Sundar. But one way, that is the spiritual master Acharya's, or not only him, Mataji, you go to Vrindavan's Goshala, Raman Reddy. There also in Goshala also you can see so many Prabhupada's disciples samadhi there. So and also the Shad Goswamis in Vrindavan, the Goswamis, all their samadhis are still there. This Rupa Goswami samadhi is in Radha Damodar temple. Then Sanatana Goswami in Radha Madan Mohan temple. And Jiva Goswami is in Radha Damodar temple. All the samadhis are still there, preserved. So you go and pray there. We get that lot of mercy from there, it is said. Okay, so before going to Ananya Bhakti, so this we already discussed. The mailbox in the street and a child who is completely cared of the parents and man who have fallen in the ocean. Now, in 12.1 to 7, there's a preaching application. Discuss why Bhakti is considered to be most perfect with reference to Krishna's teaching. 1 to 7. I need some references from these verses also. And after the breakout room, Mataji will post that in its link. You got it? Why Bhakti is considered the most perfect with reference to Krishna's teaching. So you can quote some slokas and some from the purports of Srila Prabhupada. Okay, and then we'll come back in 5 minutes. Hare Krishna, room number 1. Nandita Mataji, you can post the attendance link.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. I'm
Krishna
representing.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, in the 12.1, Arjuna is asking mainly which is a better way, whether it was the impersonal feature or the bhakti. Then Krishna directly says, one who is meditating upon me, one who is fixed upon me, then it's a very easy process for them because I am there for them at every step. Like we can take the analogy of the person drowning in the ocean. Even though he knows the swimming, he can't reach the end of the ocean. But if someone is there, pick up from the ocean, then it will be better. Then it is the easiest process. And also, even when we see in the Kali Yuga, there is a shloka Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nastyava Nastyava Gatiranyata. So only in the Kali Yuga, only by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we can be delivered. And also in the Kali Santarana Upanishad, Brahmaji also mentions that only the way the people can deliver in the Kali Yuga is only through the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the bhakti is the most perfect and efficient process to deliver the souls from this material world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, room number 2.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, we have discussed that if we perform Bhakti Yoga, the Satchidananda, all three factors are satisfied, and our senses, which are very difficult to control, and